Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. Last time we were playing, we had just finished up that contract, which I actually need to remove from here. So we have this contract from Steve, which was that tree thinning contract for all that birch. We got to keep 50% of the recovery, and that project is now over. So now we actually have a new contract that came in, and it's from the Hydro Service. So we have a contract with them to clear trail and top. So basically what's going on is there's a radio tower that we need to build a trail to, or they've already built the dirt trail to, but we got to clear all the trees off the trail for them, including the stumps, everything, make a clean cut. And when we get to the top of the ridge there, we have to clear everything on the top so that it can't affect the reception of the tower and all that stuff. So what we need to do is get our excavator all the way up to the top. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pile everything at the bottom, and then we will take all of the wood out in one shot to the mill on the low bed. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to sell this trailer because we don't need it anymore. So we're going to go in here real quick. We're going to go under... Do we have it? Was it leased? No, we bought it, I think. Oops. What am I doing here? Owned items. There we go. So we can now sell this trailer, which is worth $17,868. So we're just going to round that to $17,860. So we're going to add that to our total. So we get a little bit of money back from our trailer. It's not the full amount. $17,860 plus... $15,355. So now we have in our bank account the most money we've had in a long time. This is good. So we have $33,215 in the bank. So that's looking pretty good. Now we're getting somewhere. We still have all this birch in the back of the truck. I'm going to leave it there for the weight because it's not worth much. So what we need to do is first we're going to take a little drive out to that site. We still got some wood laying around here too. We got to clean up one day. So we're going to take a little drive out to that site, check it out, and then we're going to have to pay to rent the big heavy truck there. And we're going to bring that truck all the way up. So you can see the dirt path that's already built there. So the contractors went and did the dirt path, but they didn't remove the trees, so that's something we got to do. Oops, heavy truck. Oops, I'm driving all over the road. There we go. Oops, I think I made a wrong turn. Sorry, boys. Got to learn my directions before I figure anything out. Whoops. This thing's got a very slow turn ratio. That's what happens when you put lift kits in trucks. Everything gets a little more wonky. But it still feels all right. Still feels better than driving the shorter one. So if I'm not mistaken, the trail should be along here somewhere. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just going to park this bad boy here. So yeah, this is our trail. It goes all the way up. So all these trees that we see in the middle of the trail, we got to wipe all these out. Those all got to go all the way up to the top, and then we got to crown the top by cleaning up all the trees that are on top of that. So first of all, let's go pick up our excavator. So this is going to cost us $1,000, which is expensive, but that's what you get. So now we get to take this for one shot out and one shot back. So let's bring this guy over. We'll go pick up our excavator from that site where we were at. And we're going to bring it to the base where we just parked the truck. Because then we will be kind of within range of what we want to do here. Yeah, and then I think it's going to be a challenge. I'm not really sure what the best way is going to be to get things down the hill. I was thinking of maybe using the truck to drag down the wood maybe with the excavator. I don't really know. I think it'll be really tricky. I was thinking about getting creative, and because there is locking straps on the back of the truck, I was thinking maybe we could use the locking straps with like almost a full tree and then just drag it. We almost need a skidder for that mission, but man, skidders are too expensive. I wonder if we could rent a skidder for a day or something. I don't know what the price to rent a skidder for a project is. You'd have to get everything cut and ready to go, and then maybe that's what we'll do. We'll rent a skidder to drag it all down the hill for us. That'd make life easy. But maybe we'll get creative with the truck first and see what we can manage. Okay, so let's load up this little buddy. Just a wee little cab. I'm supposed to do a topic of the day, too. Topic of the day. Oh, how about this? This is a recent purchase of mine. So, VR. Let's, I don't really know what... Let's just call VR the topic of the day. I'm not going to compare it to anything, but VR. So, I just purchased the Valve Index, which is the new VR set. I almost bought the Vive Pro when it first came out. Like, currently I just have the Vive right now. But I really wanted a better headset, something with better resolution. So I saw the HTC Pro come out, and I thought to myself, oh man, that one's actually pretty nice. Maybe we'll go with that. But then I thought to myself, it's only a little bit of an improvement. I'm going to wait till the next best one comes out. So then the Oculus S came out, but I'm still a huge Vive and Valve fan, so I saw the Index, and I was like, oh, man, that's pretty. And then I saw the price tag, and I was like, oh, that's never going to happen. That came out a little while ago now, but when it first came out, they wouldn't ship them to Canada. Like, there was no way to get one in Canada. It just wasn't possible, which sucked. And I was like, oh, man, that's brutal. Oh, well, I guess we can't get them here. Or I'll have to scalp one on eBay for 80% more than what the guy paid for it. So it turned out just today, actually, was the day they released... the trailer for the new Half-Life Alyx game coming, and I was like, oh man, that looks sweet, let's rock it. But I was like, oh man, and then they had the Valve Index, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, maybe I'll just pretend to order one, because I saw it on Steam, and I was like, well, yeah, I'll just laughingly order one. And then I went to go to order one and ask what country I'm in, and I'm like, well, what the heck? I'm like, they don't sell these in Canada. Why is it asking me what country I'm in to order this thing? Because I was just gonna order it as like a joke, right? Oh, that's a beautiful picture. I'm gonna grab that picture. So yeah, I went through the process, and then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, well, today they opened it up for shipping to Canada. I'm like, no way. So I freaked out, and I spent way too much money. I actually spent like a paycheck on that, which I don't think was the best decision. But you know what? Yeah, life is short, and I work really hard, so that's the way I'm justifying this. Okay, so now we got this. I got to bring this back to the mill because it's not technically ours. And that's almost going to be nighttime in the game. I have to go sleep it off here till the morning comes. All right, so let's bring this guy all the way back to the mill. Beautiful. But yeah, so anyway, I don't have the Index yet. I just ordered it tonight. Probably by the time you're watching this video, it's like January or something, but I just ordered it tonight, which is in November, so hopefully it comes out within the next few weeks. Because it's not really a pre-order, because it's actually available to buy now, so I'm pretty excited. I love VR, and I love getting just right into it, and I'm gonna be incorporating it. Since I've spent all this money, I decided I better find a way to incorporate that a little bit. So I'm going to be doing some possible VR stuff involved with logging, whether it's playing VR simulators with logging, or whether it's for, I'm going to try to incorporate it so I can use it in the cab to like look around and stuff while I'm playing. Just for fun, I might try it out to see how it goes, but should be interesting. So I think before we do anything too crazy, we might as well start cutting, because the sooner we start making money, the better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop everything in line. We're going to start at the top, though, and just kind of start falling and then fall our way back to the front of the road. That way, if I do decide to rent a skidder for a day, whatever that's going to cost us, I can haul all of that wood in one shot and throw it onto a pile and then buck it up there, and then we can throw it onto the low bed or sell it whole or do whatever. I don't think we should sell it whole. I think we wouldn't make very much money doing that. So we're supposed to clear everything on the brown trail and then crown the top, basically. So we take off all of these little pieces that are just laying around here. So let's get our saw out. I'm actually going to not cut there. I'm going to cut a little bit higher. Right. Oh, and I forgot to mention this job. If we do it, we get to keep all the wood that we make from it, but we also get $20,000, which is awesome. Reward. I'm just gonna call that. Oops. Reward. 20,000. So if we clear all of it, we get $20,000. We have to actually clear it and get rid of it. And unfortunately, we have to get rid of the stumps too. I'm thinking I'll probably have to rent a stump grinder or something to come up here and clean up the little bits. But we can worry about that when we get there. Now, I wonder if I should just delimb these as I go. It might make life easier. If I delimb them individually, it's a lot easier to process them down below than if I bring them all into a big pile. And if I don't have a processor, if I decide to do this by hand, which I probably am going to do by hand, then it'll be a lot of work. I'm actually just gonna trim it right here. There we go. Okay, so we got those two. It's not a lot of trees up here, but it's a really good job and really good money, so I don't really want to say no to it. Might take us a few episodes to get through it, but that's okay. And like I said, I'm kind of leaving these stumps a little high because I figured, you know, we're going to have to do something with them. Whether we buck them up or stump grind them or... Thing is, I don't know. I think the stump grinder can only go on a tractor. I don't know if I can put it on the back of my truck or not. I might have to experiment with that, but I'm pretty sure it only works on the other thing there. See if we can keep this on the hill. We might lose this one. Ooh. Oh, no, she's good. Sometimes it's like, ooh, is it going to roll? You just don't know what they're going to do sometimes. That looks good. But yeah, anyway, back to VR stuff. I am very, 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 very excited to get involved with the VR stuff again. Like I said, I have the Vive, and I use it to, like, you know, basically have like a cardio workout pretty much, and friends come over and play it and stuff, but I've just always wanted a quality VR set that makes me want to just spend a lot of time in it. And like I said, I'll have to somehow try to incorporate that into my logging regime. But I've seen a few people do stuff for Farming Simulator for VR, like where they have the in-game setups for looking around and stuff. So I'm gonna try it. I think it's possible. I just yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'd be pretty sweet to be sitting here running a buncher in first person. Like, oh man, I can only imagine how cool that would be. And I did try it a long time ago, but I think that was on like the Oculus Rift, like the DK2 or something, like the really old, very first VR development kit. But so I think it'll be pretty cool. So these hill trees are going to be a little tricky, I think. Even skidding this stuff might be a bit of a nightmare. But the guys said they want the whole top of the hill cleared, and they want the whole trail cleared, even though they didn't do a very good job of making it passable by humans, but that's okay. Just going to drop these kind of here. Shouldn't be falling, all right. Oh, actually, let's delimb these ones before we get too excited here. Perfect. See, I don't know. Do any of you guys play VR? I know it's a really expensive thing to get into, and I totally understand a lot of people just don't have the money to get involved in VR stuff. Like I said, Oculus and stuff do have some cheaper headsets to make it a little more customer friendly. I'm just I work a lot. I work a lot of hours. I work 13 to 14 hours a day, almost every day of the week, at 4 different jobs. So I'm a very busy guy, and I like to work, and I like to make money because I like to be able to go purchase things that I want. You know, like when this VR headset came out, yeah, I'm not going to pretend like it wasn't a lot of money. Like $1,500 is not something I laugh at. That's a lot of money. But the way I look at it is like, you know, I work so much. It's about time I spend my money on something that I can do that I just love, right? Something fun. But please, God, don't think I'm incredibly rich being able to buy this stuff, because I do work incredibly hard for it, and that's no joke. And I'm sure lots of you guys, too. I know lots of you guys have told me yourselves that you have some pretty cool toys at home, whether it be, you know, ATVs or side-by-sides or that kind of cool stuff. Well, the VR stuff, that's my side-by-side. That's my ATV. That's my toy. I love that stuff. It's super fun, and I really enjoy it. And like I said, I've been a VR guy. Like, I was an early adopter back when the very, very first VR headset was sent out. That was the original Oculus kit, like the dev kit, or DK1, or I don't even think it was a DK1 at that point. I think it was like even less than that. It was like the pre-DK, maybe. But yeah, I've had all of them all the way back from the day. And yeah, and I just waited for whatever was going to be the best. I really had high hopes for Oculus. I wanted them to be number one. But the quality and the controllers and all that stuff just was so much better to me on the Vive when it came out. And not to mention, Valve is just such a monster of a company that I knew if they're going to put their gumption into something like VR, I know they're going to do a good job, because that's them. They're the technology gurus, right? And then when I wasn't actually even going to order one when they first came out. I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when I saw that Half-Life VR Alex trailer, I was just like, oh my God, I need one now. I was pretty excited for that. So yeah, as long as I can incorporate it into some YouTube and some other stuff, not only can I enjoy the experience, but I'm pretty sure I can write it off as part of my business for the company, because I pay taxes in Canada on YouTube and Patreon and all that stuff combined. So anything I can find that I can use and relate to the business, then I can totally use that as a write-off. I probably wouldn't get a huge, like, I'm not going to write it off entirely, because obviously I'm not just using it for this. But as a YouTube guy, yeah, I could probably write off a good 30 to 40% of it, I'm sure, without a problem. But we'll see. I will be sure to be making some VR farming simulator content. Like, it's going to happen. I might throw up, but it's going to happen. I might get violently ill, but yeah. So this is good. We almost got all the falling done in one episode, so this is fantastic. I didn't think this was going to happen this fast. But I guess there's not like a crazy amount of trees, but, you know, still enough there. There's enough there, I think it could constitute having a skidder to do a quick run up there. But we got to look into the pricing of a skidder, because that's not going to be cheap. And then, if we do get a skidder, I mean, I think a forestry grinder would be the best way to go. But like I said, I can only rent it, and then I got to look. Is the rental fee going to cost just as much as the, time using it? And then I got to haul it out here, so that's like $1,000. So we got $1,000 to haul it out. Oops, actually I should delim these. $1,000 to haul it out, and then Lord knows what it would cost to rent it for the day. Probably like $2 to $3 grand, probably. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, actually, I'd have to pay to bring it twice. It'd be $2,000 because I gotta pay to drop it off and then pay to pick it up, because I only get a one shot with that truck from the mill. One shot stop. And yeah, so 2,000 plus 3, 5. Yeah. So with the truck and travel and then the load and stuff, we're probably looking at the expenses of this thing to be around 10 grand. Now, granted, we do get the money from the wood, which is probably about, I don't know how much we'd get for all this, all the way up to the top. Like maybe 5 or 6 grand. And then we get 20,000 for doing the job. So I guess that constitutes renting some equipment. So I think maybe we'll end up renting a skidder just for the day and seeing how much it costs us, and we can hopefully be making some money off of it at least. I'm just gonna park my truck kind of off to the side. My other thought was I could try to use this as a skidder, So what I would do is, you know, lay a tree on the back and then lock it or something and then try to drive him down. I think that sounds stupid. I'm going to rent a skidder. I'm sure I could make it work, but it probably takes so much time and playing around. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to park this guy over here and get ready for what we're doing. So this is just strictly, this is our excavator, so we can do whatever we want with this, but this is strictly going to be our loader, I think, because that's kind of what I want to do with it. Eventually I want to buy a processor head for it, but I think they're oops, my tracks are still spinning. There we go. I got to see how much the only head that fits on that machine is the Wasp, and I think, well, it's 35 grand, so maybe by the time we get that other contract done, we'll have this guy with a processor unit. And then what we can do is we can swap off heads, put the processor on here. Well, the processor head actually has a grapple on it too, so we might have to play with that. Either way, it should be fun. So anyway, I'm going to end it on this one. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe, and if you're in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.